Good morning, everybody. My name is Heather Coleman, and this is our three-card reading for the week of, February 5th through February 11th, 2024. But just know that if you're finding this video anytime after that fact, after that date, this is for you, and this is exactly what Spirit has for you right now. So readings are both time-bound and timeless, which is actually a concept that's been coming up a lot just in the situations that I've been dealing with. Just this concept that, time is a construct, and I'm going to deliver that message before we get into some other things here. But time is a construct that has a purpose, gives us structure, it helps us to focus, and it helps us to make sense of this earthly experience and journey that we're on. However, time, if it's beginning to feel like a trap for you, it's time to free yourself of that. So what's very interesting this week is that the card deck we're using is Money and the Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks. What's really interesting about this, however, I find when working with this deck that so much of the principles taught in these cards do not only relate to money, but really fringe on other things such as our concept of time, how we use time, how we think of time, our entire attitude, our belief system, right? So it all goes together, And, again, I find it very interesting that this is what came up. So the sense I'm getting for the collective here is that, the last couple years we had, when you look at numerology, meaning you add up the digits of the year, 2024, the year we're in now, is an 8. It's very, very positive. The last 2 years consecutively, we had a 6 and a 7 for 2022, 2023, meaning if you add all the digits up of the year. 6 and 7s, numerologically, I hope that's a word, and astrologically speaking, tend to be harder years. The good news is the 8 could be equated to the 8 of Pentacles and Tarot, where we're looking at increase in income. We're looking at hard work that's rewarded. We're looking at clarity. So I really do feel this is going to be a much better year for so many people financially. And with all that being said, these cards couldn't come along at a better time for us to make the appropriate shifts in our mindset so that we can align our intentions and our actions to receive that abundance, to receive the opportunities that are going to be around us this year, financially speaking. So let's look at the cards. I'm just going to give you a chance to kind of see where you're drawn. Totally fine if you're drawn to all of these. You may also notice that one of these is really pulling you more strongly. So we have card number 1 right here, card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Card number 3. If you're curious to know more about what I do, heatherlcoleman.com. It's going to be a new website coming soon, a little over a month. So a year of change. It's another thing I want to say. It's a year of change. Embrace the changes. Embrace the changes that are coming. Like for me, moving my website is a change, and I was like, oh, it's time. There's always that bit of that nervousness that comes along. And let's try, when we notice nervousness or anxiety, to breathe through it, convert that to excitement, anticipation. Good segue into card number 1. The title of this is The Better It Gets, the Better It Gets. Again, that's going to piggyback on this message that this is going to be a good year. A lot of things that have been difficult for a lot of us, not just financially speaking. A lot of things will be improving this year. Let me read you more about this message. The better it gets, the better it gets. When you deliberately seek positive aspects of whatever you are giving your attention to, you, in a sense, tune your vibrational tuner to more positive aspects of everything. And of course, you could tune yourself negatively as well, but as you are deliberately looking for positive aspects in yourself or in others, you will find more of those things. So you're going to get what you put your attention on. What you attune yourself for, you will find. the better it gets, the better it gets. Where you get more and more of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. So I'm going to read that last part. You will get more and more of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. So here's the key. If it's been a rough year or 2 or 3 financially, the thing to keep thinking about is what you would like to see happen financially, and or what you would like to do with the money that isn't there yet. And I know that can be tricky. So in terms of money, the thing to do is to create a mindset of abundance by focusing on what you have been able to do with your money. Because when you are putting that out, see, the universe responds to your vibration. So if you're putting out a vibration of lack, you're going to attract more lack. So you get more and more of what you are thinking about. So this isn't to say that if you have debt, pretend you don't have debt. This is to say, put together a plan, and in the meantime, in your thoughts, your daily thoughts, think about what you have been able to do with your money and what you would like to do with money, what you would like to be able to do. So let's go move on to card number 2. I love this message. This might be my favorite of the 3 cards that we have this week. I can create both money and the time to enjoy it. I think that may be why we had that message initially of let go of a lot of our restricting beliefs about time. Many of you tell us, this is the authors, many of you tell us that you are so busy making your money that you do not have time to enjoy it. What I'm going to say here is that that's when we may have our priorities out of whack, what we think we should be doing with our money. Often we don't, as humans, understand what we truly want and truly need, and it's always changing. So something to think about. When you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. I'm going to read that again. When you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, and that came up with the first card, thinking about what we're able to do already, right, and what we want to do. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but also deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire. So that's what we were just saying. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but also deliberately direct this powerful tool, this tool of thought, in the direction of things that you desire, then you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created through your thought. Your thought. Okay? This concept is also, can be called thought projection. So I'm going to put out sort of a woo-woo out there concept that when we get to higher dimensions, okay, vibrations, right now we're in 3D, living our earthly journey. When you get to higher dimensions and higher vibrations, what you have around you is created by thought projection. You might say that in 3D, we are practicing in this higher density, slower world where it takes longer for things to manifest, to get focused, because we're tested. When there are roadblocks to getting what we want, our commitment and awareness and connection to our authentic selves is tested. So I can create both money and the time to enjoy it by aligning, and again, directed thought. Let's move on to the third card. The title of this card is Whenever I am feeling good, I'm attracting good. So if you look at this image, this person is reaching up, and it looks as if actually these hands, this person is reaching for hands, they're out of reach because the person is seeing themselves as lower and not deserving. That's what I see in this image. So here is the key. If you've been through some difficult experiences, the work is to be aware of how these experiences have made you feel and find a way to adjust how you feel. In other words, you decide who and what you are. Most of us, generally speaking, tend to be walking around with this semi-conscious, some of it's unconscious, a lot of it's subconscious and conscious self-image based on what we thought people were perceiving us as during childhood. But the thing is, we are no longer children. We're grown children. We're still children of God. But it is time to define who and what you are. And whenever I'm feeling good, I'm attracting good. So this is where this starts. How can you feel better about fill in the blank, your circumstances, yourself? Whatever your Achilles heel is, okay, whether it is your physical health, your appearance, your current career, your relationship, your home, your family, whatever it is, here's the key. Oh, look at these light rays coming. Isn't this beautiful? The difficult parts of our lives, often that's where it's the hardest to feel good. But here's the key, and this is everything we're talking about with this law of attraction. We attract what we are, and we tend to put out what we're feeling we are. So the key is to figure out what is it truly going to take for us to feel good. So you become that which you're trying to attract. Now I'm going to read you what's on the back of this card number 3. Whenever I'm feeling good, I'm attracting good. When you think a thought of upliftment or abundance or well-being, you are filled with a feeling of positive emotion. You may trust the way that you feel as the indicator as to which side of this subject you are on. And the subject is really 2 subjects. Whether it is the subject of money or lack of it, or health or lack of it, a relationship or the lack of one, always when you feel good, you are in the place of attracting that which you are wanting. I'm going to read you this again. Whether it is the subject of money or lack of it, health or lack of it, relationship or lack of one, always when you feel good, you are in the place of attracting that which you are wanting. So, do what it takes to feel good. We're going to wrap it up there. I hope this reading has been helpful for you this week. We will have another video next week coming out on Monday. Until then, I honor you wherever you are on your spiritual journey. Much peace to you, much love, and namaste.